The last 4 years heralded the greatest achievements in planning, implementing and completing projects which on the one hand base lessons for tomorrow and on the other hand serve as a public treasure besides aggrandizing the national myth to a better livable atmosphere. The shortage of greenery areas which can serve as recreational sites have been bottlenecks to the extent the people of Ethiopia got far off seeking areas to chill out. No matter how rich the country naturally is, the utilization of these natural resources have been recognizably weak. When projects were planned, it would apparently take decades to finalize when, in reality, a year or two may be enough. The park projects, which were from the very beginning initiated by the Ethiopian Prime Minister, have changed the adage of finishing projects in an extended time after all. They have also narrowed the gaps that the Ethiopians, particularly the urban society, used to face in relation to getting greener areas for different public services. These projects have opened up a better job opportunity for many in the country, with other astonishing opportunities if some values are added on. Among these greatly functional projects, the Entoto Park is a pioneer park in Ethiopia that heralded the advancements of other preliminary targeting the urban population and tourists in and out. This park is located some kilometers to the east of Addis Ababa, in a mountain called Entoto. Entoto used to be an area where women collected deadwood and sold it out for the city residents who preliminarily bake a loaf of injera, the traditional Ethiopian food which resembles pancake. Covered by long-edged eucalyptus tree, Entoto wasn't solely an area to collect a deadwood, but also a place where youth used to run through for a physical exercise, but in route vandalism purpose. However, after reform in Ethiopia 6 years back, this area didn't take long to turn out to be one of the present areas in Addis Ababa, which bring fresh mind for visitors and developments in different parts of the country.
Entoto Park is one of the greatest achievements that the Ethiopian government has so far achieved in its great movement. This area cannot be only concluded as the area of recreation. It gives you pleasure. This area, as I told you, cannot be concluded in a short period of time because this has already been recognized in the country's level. Different people from the city and perhaps abroad visit this area because it gives you a recreation, it gives you a very nice motivation just to plan the future as well. Entoto Park was previously recognized by the women who often carry deadwood. As I told you, this area was previously symbolized by women who often carry deadwood just to depend on selling that wood. But quite recently, this has been changed into one of the greatest areas for the people's recreation. This area now is visited by children and adults and perhaps elderlies. These people are not from only Addis Ababa. Many people from different areas come and visit this area, as I told you. Entoto was previously recognized and historically symbolized by people who dwell here for the sake of making themselves dependent on something. But today, this is now really recognized by an area of recreation. And now today's stay here, dear viewers of Addis Tour program. I will show you what Entoto looks like, and Entoto Park and some dimensions behind that. So stay with me till the end of our program.
Different visitors nowadays schedule their time on Saturday and Sunday. Particularly the foreign visitors prefer this park owing to two basic reasons. First, because it is the most suitable area to the top view of Addis Ababa, which recently is progressing year after year. Second, it is not exaggerated if one says the fresh air in Entoto is found nowhere on earth. With these two and other significant features, Entoto Park is a prominent park in Addis Ababa. Entoto Park contains beautiful places to enjoy at, take pictures with families or relatives. It has colorful cafeterias designed preliminary for visitors from Ethiopia and abroad. It has shades which embark on the general atmosphere in the area, which are the first just to be eyed on once entering the park.
Staying here, one can plan about the future, and one definitely sits into different areas that can be an example of how a country will definitely be progressing if people are united and come up with different projects in the future as well. Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia and Africa's Union headquarters, is now in a tremendous move. Previously, we were able to show you how the project, especially the developments, were absolutely in great light. And today, Entoto Park is another area which has already been tremendous and significant, but has been blurred as well by the people in and out. So today's stay will be very astonishing in showing you the features inside Entoto Park, a park that was previously recognized by women who used to collect dead wood just to serve their lives. But now an area of an open area that gives a domain for the youngsters, elders and women as well. So stay with me till the end of my program. I will come up with different features of this area.
I think this park is very beautiful. There's a lot of nature and the architecture is very amazing. And Addis Ababa as a whole, I think the people are very nice. The people I've come in contact with were very nice and polite. And yeah, that's my overall view. I would say the nature. Like Africa, we have a lot of greens, a lot of trees and stuff. But overall, I feel like Ethiopia is more developed. They are developing more than my country. I'm sorry to say that. Their infrastructure is very nice. When I came, I thought I recognized some similarities with Ethiopia and some countries in Europe, like the bike lane, the billboards and everything. I think it's really nice. So far, when I was coming, I only did my research on Addis Ababa's. I didn't really do research on other places in Ethiopia, but I would like to visit other places.
The visitors are often astonished with this area, even though they recommend the better facility for a better number of international visitors and a better outcome in relation to transportation. Once the government fulfills the transportation, there will likely be numerous visitors across the continent, according to the visitors as well.
I came to Ethiopia this year, last month, July 15. Yeah, I stay in Addis Ababa presently, yeah, at the Carbon Street. Yeah, this park is a very nice spot. It's beautiful for pictures, for memories, for beautiful environment, surroundings and everything. If I have the time and the chance, I would like to explore Addis Ababa or Ethiopia.
The most recognizable part of this park is it has also created a basic job opportunity for many people, including the cameramen who operate in the park. However, they stress that the number of visitors is decreasing as compared to what it was before. They in route recommended solutions to boost the number of tourists and visitors at home, and one of them is increasing the number of inhabitants in the park.
ያው እንጨት መልቀሚያ የጅብ መናኸሪያ አትሌቲክስ መሮጫ ነበር አሁን ደግሞ የቱሪስት መስህብ በመሆን ትልቅ
This park wasn't only an area of women collecting wood, but also a place where youths used to spend time in and hyenas and other wild animals shelter. I had known this park before it was turned into one of the basic recreational parks. We used to run through this park to Kotebe.
The park is also accompanied by great-looking cafeterias, which are paramount to visitors. With an absolutely unique design and color, these cafes nowadays are the source of income for the owners and diet for the visitors. They meet all ages and societal status as well. Children can play inside and out. Adults may sit in a group and go through their personal and national issues. And students, or ultimately readers, can stealthily read wandering the nature and the fresh air from the park.
Entoto Park is absolutely tremendous, absolutely beautiful. This was a project done by Ethiopian government with a great motivation. This is absolutely marvelous. I've been here actually walking from place to place and observing what Entoto looks like. This area contains everything. It has everything that people want to spend their time with. Absolutely interesting cafeterias, very marvelous pedestrians, and a very wonder of nature that a person may absolutely be happy with. And even different visitors from Ethiopia inside and out, different strangers, foreigners, who are absolutely astonished by what they see here in Entoto Park. Even though these all are very astonishing and important, I can recognize that this area may be one of the sources of income that definitely covers our incentives, absolutely. But This needs just promotion by the Ethiopian government and perhaps the people who often visit this area. After the Ethiopian government took the initiative just to make it one of the great mega projects in Ethiopia, this area is now absolutely astonishing. It's one of the sources of income and the sources of inspirations as well. This area contains everything at once. It has a green area. You may have another one of the greatest nature wonders as well, the forests and plants. This gives you an absolute amen for your program in the future as well. So it cannot be concluded in a short period of time talking about this area, as it is one of the greatest achievements that the Ethiopian government and perhaps the Ethiopian people have so far done. This area, Entoto, was previously recognized by the greatest animals on earth and perhaps people who used to move from place to place. Now, it contains green areas. It contains absolutely astonishing cafeterias, which help you just to sit and plan in the future. This area contains many visitors from Ethiopia, specifically from Addis Ababa and abroad as well. In our previous move, we were absolutely showing you the developments Ethiopia and specifically Addis Ababa has. And Entoto Park was one of the great projects that heralded the beginning of different mega projects in Ethiopia. But this area now is not visited by many visitors as recognized and expected. So it needs some improvements as well. This improvement, if it is done well, may definitely bring about life into the area, the visitors, and perhaps those people who are now depending on this one, because it has created the golden job opportunity. At this top program, the program definitely gives you a weekly review about the Ethiopian heritage, the Ethiopian treasures, and many areas. Today we are in Entoto, and I will show you another area, so stay with me till the end of my program.
Not forgetting the historical trends and events, this park has a unique feature that takes one to the past, getting to know what the ancient Ethiopia looked. The rope course, which in fact tests one's physiographic strength and muscular endurances, besides serving as a key refreshment part, is what plays a lion's share in meeting the visitors' needs. The rope course is a forerunning priority of the children visitors especially, but at the same time adults' preference. Once a person goes high up to the metal ropes highly tied up with the wooden parts which carries over the whole theater, he will absolutely be astonished.
Viewers, now I am actually in the peak of Entoto, which absolutely is one of the greatest astonishing areas in Entoto. This park is not only symbolized by the green areas and one of the great nature wonders. You can see this hiking as well, absolutely astonishing, and that may definitely be an omen giving for the different visitors across the country and perhaps out of that. So a person who comes here may absolutely be astonished with that. He may test how intelligent he is and how therefore he is as well. It's not only simply an area of astonishing features, but also an area of testing one's physical appearance and endurance. It gives you happiness. I told you earlier that you may absolutely be fascinated with what you can see in this area. So stay with me, I'm going to try this one. This is my first time, but God knows how I can survive. Recently, due to the improvements, the progresses made by the Ethiopian government and perhaps the city administration, Ethiopia is now absolutely looking beautiful, especially Addis Ababa has got a very interesting corridor developments around the city, specifically in many key areas. And prior to this, corridor developments, the Entoto Park was organized and done completely by Ethiopian government, and it has been open for different services here in the peak of Entoto mountain. Many people from in and out have been absolutely visiting this area, and they have in turn got very great happiness with this area. As you can see, children are here, adults are here as well, students and employees are here, absolutely. So I'm testing my endurance as well. Stay with me till the end of my program. Viewers, I told you much more about this one a little earlier. actually this area is not only a matter of showing you how recreational sites in Addis Ababa are really astonishing. This by itself shows how the Ethiopian architectures are absolutely interesting enough in making the mega projects like this. Actually, this is new for Ethiopia and Addis Ababa as well. If these types of things are expanded to many of the rest of our countries, I can say the Ethiopians will definitely be happy and full of actually desirous with the great opportunities in the future as well. This area and drop by itself seems very simple, but absolutely complex and gives you an omen. So it's going to be my last trial just to pass through this one. Stay with me at the end of my program.
If there are advancements in the park and promoted well, this park will be one of the greatest wonders in Ethiopia and perhaps in Africa. And for this, better add-ons are beyond question.
Dear Addis program followers, this has been a very tremendous move elsewhere in Entoto Park. We have absolutely been astonished by what we have been seeing. Even though it's raining, the area, this one is absolutely marvelous. Everyone may get astonished with what he or she can see here around, by the way. The area is symbolized and recognized by many features, including the forests with green areas underground and different cafeterias, which definitely bring life to the visitors as well. And the area is not only symbolized by that one as well. Many people absolutely wave around here looking at different areas which the Addis Ababa City Administration and the Ethiopian government altogether have made so far. So we have been absolutely amazed with all the features here in Entoto Park. This area will be a treasure and a resource for tomorrow as well. If it's implemented well and some improvements are made quite permanently here, everything will absolutely be greater than this one as well. So in our today's stay, I showed you all aspects inside here in Entoto Park, even including with the visitors from Ethiopia and out. In another program, I will come up with another astonishing feature and stay with me till that program. Bye for now.